way the last few seasons, and it did come to fruition. Cavs, Warriors, Cavs, Warriors, Cavs, Warriors. We took it for granted that it was going to be Warriors, Celtics, and the play thus far during this season between the Warriors and the Celtics has not supported our arguments. The Warriors, they did lose 4 in a row for the first time in the Steve Kerr era, and then they needed this putback bucket from Klay Thompson to beat the Kings after blowing out the Blazers. This wedgie helped as well. Jalen Rose, what is going on with this Golden State team?
They'll be just fine once they get fully healthy. Draymond Green was dealing with a toe injury. Boogie hasn't played, and obviously Steph Curry
Those are
isn't
three
performing.
important pieces of the Warriors puzzle.
So when you look at the sum of their parts, you would say, oh, KD's been an MVP, Klay's a perennial all-star, they should still be winning. But it has depleted their depth from a team whose moniker was strength in numbers to now rely on our all-stars.
Let's take a look at exactly what you're talking about, because this is fascinating to me. Look how much minutes these people are playing. Quinn Cook, almost 28 minutes a game. Jerebko, seems like every time I watch the Warriors, Jerebko's on the floor. Looney at 20 minutes a game. Damian Jones, almost 20 minutes a game. And this is just the last 6 games. But this graphic right here really shows you what's going on with the Warriors.
And those are quality minutes on the best basketball team in the game that's going after a 3rd championship. It just shows you how Quinn Cook was a player that came from the DG League to now earned a right to get a contract. Okay, so these are the type of players they need to nurture as their roster has had turnover. So I'm not necessarily worried about them. The bigger question is, who will they be playing in the Western Conference Finals?
Well, who really knows at this point? It is too early to even tell. It could be one of 6 or 7 teams who they're going to play in the Western Conference.
Correct, but we know they're going to be there. Now, to flip to answer your part to the Eastern Conference, the Boston Celtics, Danny Ainge has done a terrific job of accumulating assets. Okay, the Boston Celtics probably have an opportunity to get 3 first-round picks this year.
Mm-hmm.
He's the Bobby Fischer of the NBA.
Playing chess.
Playing chess. I think this is the year, during this season, he has to cash in some of those chips.
Okay, so let's get right to this, because the Celtics have sputtered out of the starting gate. They are now at 10-10 on the season, and they played the Mavs in Boston and lost. Luka did his thing. Mm-hmm. They played and lost. So this does kind of feel like a broken team. Like, this is surprising everyone who's been paying attention to the NBA, just how slowly they've started. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. They've been losing games. They weren't even in some games. Gordon Hayward doesn't look like himself. Kyrie Irving is playing great, but it's just kind of funky what is happening there. So you say that Danny Ainge should cash in some of those chips, use some of those assets. As I say, color up at the end of the night. Take all those 25s and turn them into hundreds, right? How do you think that happens? When do you think it happens? Who do you think it happens for? Tell us what's going to happen with this Celtics team.
If I'm the Pelicans, I'm not taking any calls for Anthony Davis.
Okay.
Because I don't have to hear that conversation just yet.
Could that change in the next couple months?
It all depends on the deals that teams are offering.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why the Boston Celtics are unique in that they have great young talent that has shown all-star level potential and greatness in Tatum and really good in Jalen Brown. And Scary Terry has shown he could be a starting point guard in the game. Al Horford slowed down some.
He has a little bit. No one's really talking about Al Horford this year.
He slowed down some. Gordon Hayward has a maximum contract, is not playing up to it, and you can't move him. So now it's, how can we get something in return? You clearly got the first-round picks. See what somebody will give you for Horford. See what you could really get
Rozier's got to be on the table.
See what you really can get for Kyrie.
Oh, wait. Are you suggesting, sir, that Kyrie Irving could potentially move?
I'm suggesting that in the dynamic of this team and the way it's built, nobody can be untouchable for me except Tatum.
Okay.
So if I have to parlay 1 or 2 of my good young players and or Kyrie Irving, who's probably my number 1 asset, into getting me another perennial all-star that allows me to still cultivate the style of play that I have. And Rozier has shown that he could be a starting point guard. You already paid Marcus Smart. And late in games, guess what they're doing? Offense for defensive substitutions.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what other top point guards in the league ain't doing? Sitting on the bench.
With 45 seconds left, yeah.
Because of substitution patterns. And so you try to see what you can garner in return. You don't force it. You don't rush it. If I'm building a team, I'm trying to build around a guy like Kyrie Irving. This is not in any way, shape, or form disparaging his game. I'm just saying, as a Celtic team that made it to the conference finals without him, maybe you can use him as a piece that can put you over the top.
This is just really interesting to me because if I'm looking at the Celtics roster and I'm thinking about putting Kyrie Irving, who's, I don't know, what do we call him? One of the best 10, 15 players in the National Basketball Association. I'm trying to upgrade in the front court. Like, it seems like if they've got front court positions that they need to upgrade in rather than back court positions.
Here's the thing. If somebody's going to take Al Horford contract off your hands in the final year of his deal, that works. So you can say, here's Al Horford, here's Morris. Probably have to give up one of your young players like Brown and or Smart and or Rozier. But then that allows you to keep Kai. But you just gave up 4 players.
Yeah. So we already are talking crazy about the Celtics saying they potentially trade Kyrie Irving, potentially trade Horford. Do you think Danny Ainge is actually making phone calls about this?
I think he's receiving them. It's 2 ways to do it. You just said it. Either do it from the front court or the back court.
But here's another thing. Jalen, do you know what's happened to me in the last month? For the first time in my life, I'm looking at Brad Stevens sideways. For the first time since he's been a head coach in the NBA, I'm looking at him being like, I don't know. I always thought he would figure this out. I thought he was kind of bulletproof.
Well, in his defense, Gordon Hayward isn't the player he was before injury, and it's probably going to still take time.
Mm-hmm. So
you put him in the starting lineup now, he's a reserve, so that becomes a bad move. And you couldn't have foresaw that happening. I mean, the guy, when he rehabs from the injury, you hope he's at his best. You want to put him out there for opening day. He's just not able to play like the player that he did in the past. But their backcourt is crowded. They have multiple assets there.
They do.
It's great.
And all of that, they have 3 number 1 picks, potentially 3. There's a lot of things that you could break. But it looks like they have 3 number 1 picks coming in. Someone's got to come out.
And you can't only just, quote-unquote, trade rookie deals for talent in return. Like, you're not just trading Jalen Brown for the average second or third year player on a contract.
It's safe to say, based on this conversation, that we kind of feel similarly. The Warriors, they're fine. They're injured. They're going to get healthy. They're going to be number 1 in the Western Conference. They're going to be in the Western Conference Finals. The Celtics, though, kind of broken.
Toronto was the number 1 seed and clearly improved when they added Kawhi.
Mm-hmm.
Serge Ibaka's playing quality minutes. Valanciunas, Pascal, Siakam. They're balling.
You agree that the Celtics are broken? I think this Celtics team is broken.
That's why
this is not just a bad start.
That's why I said he has to now cash in those chips. The Sixers are coming.
So you're saying, as currently constructed, you do not see the Celtics in the NBA Finals?
No, they don't play defense and they don't score in the paint.
When we come back on Jalen and Jacoby, we do something that Jalen makes us do every Monday, which is cover every single team in the NFL.